short, I have to move the mic down. I am Jacquelyn Roy, and I'm actually Allison's sister-in-law. And I'm the nurse that she was talking about. And it is so amazing to be here. It is so amazing. This company has completely changed my life. And for those of you who are not signed up, get a piece of it now, because this company can change your life. Allison and I and all these people up here are, proven instances where it's completely changed our life. Like you said, I was kind of a laggard. I was slow to recruit, and when I did, I jumped on the horse and went, full speed ahead, and I completely won over by Scentsy. And I want to show you, and I want to tell you how to do the same thing. So first of all, I want to talk about how to turn a contact into a hostess. What I tell anyone that signs up underneath me is to make a list of 100. So for those of you who are directors in the room or haven't even signed up yet, make a list of 100. That list can be someone that's interested in buying, selling, or joining Scentsy. And follow through with those people. My first 6 months I didn't do that. After I got really serious about Scentsy, I wrote down a list. And I got all those people to sign up because I called them. And I said, hey, listen, I just joined this amazing company called Scentsy. They're wickless, flameless candles. It's $99 to sign up. It is so easy. You don't even have to be a salesperson. But if you have any type of personality, you're going to fly with this company. Like Allison said, she's not a salesperson. She's not. I know her. My brother, on the other hand, could sell icicles to an Eskimo. I mean, he can sell anything. And Allison's not, but that just proves that you do not have to be a salesperson. So a couple things, make a list of 100. Follow up with those people either by email or phone. Ask them, say, if you want to have a party for me, I'll give you an incentive. Any recruit I have, I tell them to have some type of incentive, whether it be a free plugin, a gift card, anything. Just give them something free. When people hear free, they're like, I'm game. If it's free, I'm there. So what I do at all my parties is I have a picture frame that says, host a party, receive a free plugin. And I've gotten so many bookings from that. For those of you that aren't consultants right now, what I would do is when you sign up, after this you will want to sign up, so when you do, have a launch party. Invite everyone you know. And at that launch party, offer incentives for parties. My goal is at every party to get another party. That's my goal. And I've maybe not reached that goal just a few times, but for the most part, I at least get one. So if you have a launch party, you're the hostess, so if you already have one party, give yourself an incentive, for your launch party, and then, from that, get parties. Another thing I do is do hostess packets. At your parties, have a little packet that you give to the hostess that talks about, the hostess wish list and that kind of thing, and invitations in there. So at your launch party, when you have, Mary that comes up to you and wants to have a party, hand her a packet. And say, listen, I'm so excited to do a party for you. If you book a date today, you'll receive a free plug-in at your party. And have fun, Treat your hostesses good. Have a good time. And eventually, lots of my hostesses that I've had parties for before end up having another party for me because I treat them so well. One thing that I do, I learned this at the National Convention from Mary Christensen. It was amazing. I have a little gift bag with my hostess gifts in it. And during my party, I say, okay, everyone, I want to thank Mary for having a party for me today. I'm going to give her a couple gifts for having a party. Inside here is a free plug-in plus a free Scentsy mug. And there's a couple other things. And I want to give this to her for being such a great hostess. And by the way, if anyone else wants to be a hostess for Scentsy, you get all this free as well. So talk to me afterwards and we'll get a party booked for you. And just leave it at there. Another thing I do at my parties to get more bookings is I have door price slips. Do you guys know what door price slips are? Yeah, for those of you who are consultants. There's a door price slips under resources in your tab and under party tools. And on the door price slips it says, check if you're interested in having a party, a basket party, or becoming a consultant, or if you know someone that is interested. I have so many people mark yes to wanting to have a party that never even talk to me, which is awesome. So what I do is I keep those, I put them aside, and I call those people the next week and I say, listen, I heard you wanted to have a party. And you said later, if you sign up this week for a party, then you'll get all the incentives, so let's book it. Even if it's next month, let's book it. So that's another way to get more bookings. My forte is recruiting. I love recruiting. I do recruitment calls every month for our team. It's just my forte. It's what I love to do. If I can give everyone this business opportunity and it can change their life like mine, then everyone's going to be changed by Scentsy and it's going to be awesome. So a couple things I do to try and recruit my hostess is I sit down with them after the party and say their party was $700. I'll sit down with Mary and say, listen, Mary, you sold $700. That means that if you signed up today, 20% commission off of that is $140. So you get $140, that would literally pay for your starter kit and more. Plus, you could be the hostess as well, because I'll put the whole party underneath you, and you would get $105 in free stuff and 3 half-off items. So literally, you would get $245 from Scentsy, because you get all the credit. So sit down with your hostess afterwards. I would rather, for those of you, I've never sold $2,000 in 1 month. I never have. And to some people, that's like, man, that's amazing. I sell $2,000 every other month. And I'm like, my focus is recruiting and building my team. Like Jason said earlier, it took me a while to recruit. And in the last 18 months, I went from a person of 1 to now I have 600 people on my team. And any of you can do that though, any of you, but your focus has to be on recruiting. And you know what? Hostesses are the best and easiest to recruit because most of them are looking for something extra. Most of them are looking for something to do to make extra money. So always offer to your hostess, can I place this order underneath you? Even if it's $2,000. I know that's hard to let go of, that's a lot of money, but like Mary Christensen said, to earn money, you'll earn it for that month. To recruit, you'll earn money forever. So that just goes to show, for that party, you'll earn money that month. But for that recruit that you sign up and put that money underneath them, that's money forever. You're always going to have them underneath you. Also, I'm just rambling, so I'm trying to give you all what I do in like 10 minutes. Make your parties really simple. I once did a party a couple months ago with another direct sales person, and I won't say what company it is, but it took her an hour and a half to set up. She literally got 3 folding chairs out of her little car. I was amazed she could just pack her car with all the stuff. It was amazing. I mean, she should get an award for being able to pack so much stuff in her little car. But she, got the big folding tables out, and she put all of her stuff out, and, it took me 10 minutes because I have one of those, I see a party bag back there. Those party bags from Scentsy Success, those are amazing. And they're those little rolly bags, you guys know what I'm talking about? Little rolly bags. If you don't, go to Scentsy Success, they're amazing. They're big luggage, and I put all my party stuff in there. I used to have to go back and forth inside my house and out to get all my stuff. Now I just carry my party on wheels. I have my warmer, all my scents, all this stuff will fit in your party on wheels. So I, haul it in, set it up, and she's like, oh my gosh, that took you 10 minutes. And I said, that's how it should be. I don't want to sign up for something that's complex. I don't want to sign up that I have to invest a lot of money in. I want something that's easy, something that's simple, and you know what? This is it. I've got so many people on my team that used to do, I can't name them, but a lot of other direct sales companies. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You probably used to do it. Who in here used to do other direct sales? Raise your hand. Okay, pretty much a lot of people. So you guys know what it's like. With Scentsy, like they said, it's simple, it's authentic, and the value you get, do you realize that this package right here, it's probably worth around $300 for what you get when you sign up, but the company, Oracle and Heidi, make it so cheap, so anyone can do it. The stay-at-home mom that lives paycheck to paycheck, your neighbor next door who wants to be a stay-at-home mom, and she can't. It's made so simple and so cheap for you guys to sign up and for you guys to get your family involved. Like I said, for any of you who did other direct sales companies, you guys know. You know that this product is awesome. And once you plug it in, you're hooked. At least I was. So I think, let's see. Okay, am I almost out of time? Am I doing good? Doing good? I'm still doing good? Okay, I'm trying to find something else to talk about. When I was called, I was told to talk about bookings. And I love to do parties. But I love to recruit. So maybe I can give you some pointers while I have a few more minutes about recruiting, if that's okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, so like I said, I recruit like crazy. I've got 30 frontline recruits. I know some of you in here, some superstars, you probably have more than that. But a lot of things that I do, I'll give you a couple tips. For instance, all of us got paid today, hopefully, yay. Okay, yeah, that's exciting. Except for Allison Dalkey, hopefully you'll get it tomorrow. But what I do, I go up to the bank every time I get paid. I give them all free car candles. I'm telling you, those bank people are hooked on Scentsy now. And I'm working on at least one of the tellers signing up. So that's one thing I do. I also, every time I go to a restaurant, I bring a catalog and a car candle and a business card, and I leave it with my tip. And if you leave a really good tip, they're going to look at the catalog. I mean, it's easy. So those are a couple things that I do. I always have a catalog and car candle and business card in my purse. You will not see me without that in my purse, and a room spray. I think Becca Levi at convention at one of the forums said that what she'll do is she'll spray her catalog and just wave it in her face as she's walking up and down the grocery section. Yeah, it's funny, but it works, I'm telling you. I did it, but don't do it in the freezer section because you look crazy. So don't do it there, but it works. People are like, what is that? Well, it's pumpkin roll. You know, you want a catalog, you can order some. So I know that's crazy, but it really does work. So those are just a couple things that I do. I also work in a smelly hospital. You know, if any of you guys are nurses, you guys know it does not always smell great in a hospital. So I always have a room spray, and by golly, all the housekeepers buy from me because they love it. They'll come around with their odor out, but it's not odor out. I don't even know what brand it is, and they'll come around with my pumpkin roll, and they're like, oh man, we spray in room 20 because this smells so bad in there. So go and spray in there. But you know, really, I know this sounds crazy, but I've actually recruited a patient's family member. I don't know if that's dad. And she lives in Amarillo, Texas, so go Texas. So, but it's just talking about Scentsy. I think my biggest recruitment is my mouth. I mean, I talk about it. I am diarrhea of the mouth. I talk about it everywhere I go. I do. It's bad. I joke, but I just recruited Ellie's gymnastics coach for her little girl. It's true. I took her to gymnastics yesterday, and she said she's a marketing major. And I said, oh, honey, you won't find a job at a marketing major these days. The economy's so bad. And, you know, let me tell you about Scentsy. You can market that. It's my advantage. You guys are marketing majors. Some of you might be marketing majors. How cool is it if you can market a product that sells so easy? And she asked me, she said, yeah, she's pushing my knees down the zip line. She's like, so do I need to have a resume? I'm like, no, you know. Do I need to interview? Oh, no, you don't need an interview. She's like, oh man, this is awesome. I said, Scentsy is awesome. You don't need any experience. I had no experience in sales, no experience. It doesn't matter, you don't have to. You have to be 18 years or older, and you have to have $100, and that's it. And that is the awesome thing about Scentsy, is that you don't have to have credentials to do it. I'm a nurse. I can't sell anything at the hospital except for stuff that smells good because we need it there. But, you know, like you guys know, I mean, you guys that are consultants, it sells itself. And if that's not enough, I don't know what other kind of company you want to be under, because this company is amazing. And it's changed my life. And I think for you guys to increase your recruiting, you have to fall in love with the product. You have to fall in love enough that you want to talk about it wherever you go, whether it's at your job, in the grocery store, when you're buying molds. For those of you who know what molds are, in Hobby Lobby, drop your business card on the floor in front of those fake Scentsy warmers at Hobby Lobby. They do not look good. Try them out for yourself. They don't. And they say not a Scentsy product because it's not. But what I told Allie, I said, Allie, I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby. I'm going to drop some business cards right in front, or maybe put some on a shelf. But you know, those are kind of things you got to be thinking about, stepping outside the box. And for those of you that can step outside the box, you know, leave stuff at restaurants, leave stuff at your doctor's office, you know, things like that. For those of you that can get creative and step outside your box, you guys are going to be fabulous, and your teams are going to grow. So that's all I have.